Hi, this is Moving on TV. My name is Lauren Glory. I love Moving on TV, the TV station that brings you hope. But today I'm here to give a testimonial, a shout out to Paul and Cecile at the Positivity Center and to Paul McDonald that he's doing with the light and sound bed that I have been on there quite a few times now. Not only have I purchased these gorgeous crystals from the center, so let me tell you about my experiences. I've had the most incredible positive experiences, and I believe that everyone should go on there just to have this experience you can feel afterwards. So I'm going to tell you basically about the experiences I've had. So the first time I went on there, I have problems with my disc was removed years and years ago, and I have a lot of misalignment in my body where one side goes down, and as I was lying on the bed I felt my whole pelvis was coming into balance just lying there, and I sank into that gorgeous warm sensation of that beautiful waterbed and let go completely. I didn't even have the lights for the first few times, and the experience was incredible. The second experience I had was when I went there and I was quite depressed, and I was dealing with a lot of grief and emotional distress and depression. And I went on there, and when I came off, Paul had done his shamanism, his music and his singing. Extraordinary. When I came off, it was extraordinary. I felt on top of the world. I felt completely detached in a different space. I was dancing. I just felt amazing. And I didn't even have the lights. All I had was the vibrations and Paul's music and singing. And he does make you laugh. He's a funny guy and he's talented, and it's really good to be around him. You know, he does good work. The third time I went on there, I actually had the lights, and I loved it. I mean, in the beginning, it felt a little bit strange, and I thought, just let go, Lauren. And I just sat there and I just closed my eyes, and those lights are just stunning, absolutely stunning. A wonderful experience. And Paul did the whole thing again, the shamanism and his composing and his singing. And it was just incredible. And I came off there, and not only did I feel very detached and in a different vibration, but the next day I noticed that a varicose vein, a really bad one, really big one that I had in my leg, had gone down, like completely nearly gone, completely gone. And I that was amazing. And I told him straight away, it was like, I've had that since I was 20. Anyway, and then I went on there, I think, one more time. Every time I've gone on that bed, I have felt a shift in my body. The pelvis somehow goes into balance, and my neck starts to move itself in different, very gently, and I always feel better. I always feel better afterwards as well, usually for about a week or 2 weeks after. My back and my neck and shoulders. I'm not asking my husband to massage my neck and shoulders all the time. And for someone like me that is continuously on the computer, continuously editing, which is true, it's an absolute miracle. So I hope this helps. I believe that the reason it works as well is it's oxygen getting into the cells. And that's what we need. We need extra oxygen, and we need to expand our consciousness. And so the vibration of the bed, the light and the sound, that's what it does. And then your body follows, the mind relaxes, maybe goes into a certain kind of trance, and you feel a lot better. If you watch Paul McDonald's interview as well, he explains everything. He explains it in a large scale, much larger scale than I can, because he understands exactly what he's doing. You can trust the guy. He knows what he's doing. Take care. Thank you again. Bye. Welcome to Moving On TV, and I'm going to be interviewing Love Has Won, which is a collective of light beings, starseeds, that are here to do the amazing work of waking up the planet by taking us into the truth and the light, a bit like Moving On TV, and that's why I thought it'd be so exciting to interview them today. Okay. Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Moving On TV. I'm so excited today. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday, beautiful sunny day here in the UK. And I have got the gorgeous collective Love Is One with me, which is Aurora and Hope.
Hello. Hi.
So wonderful to have you here. So you're based on this planet. You're based in Colorado.
Yep.
The little town again, what it's called?
It's called Crestone, Colorado. Very small little mountain town.
Okay, because I've been to Colorado. I've been to Boulder. That was
Okay.
a year ago, but never there. Okay. So how is it there at the moment? How's the weather for a start?
It's getting hot. It's getting warm. Yeah, finally feet up, so it's hot and it gets hot quickly. But then once the sun goes down, it's right cold. Back to being cold. So when the sun's out, it's very hot. So we're excited because the winters are high up in altitude. So when it gets hot, we're grateful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're closer to spirit.
Yes. The very interesting thing about Crestone is that Crestone, in terms of the chakra points of the planet, Mount Shasta in California is where we first were, and that was originally the crown chakra and held a lot of that energy, but it actually shifted over to Colorado, and in where we are right on the ley lines, it holds the highest consciousness and the lowest in the same spot.
Okay. Wow.
So it's very fascinating, energetic, being kind of at the 0 point, which is why this is such an energetically special place to do this kind of work, is because we're at the 0 point between everything, and it's kind of the ascension point for us in this country and where we're at.
Isn't it amazing how everything's coming together? I have a wonderful friend. He runs a positivity center, and he's also starseed as the rest of us. And the other day I was standing in the portal of healing, and right in the middle of his yoga room, and you could feel the energy just coming together, the right synchronicities, the right people, the awakening, bringing everyone together. So okay, I'm just going to ask you a couple of things, and then I'm going to turn it over to you. So Love Is One, from what I can see, you're a collective of starseeds, galactic beings of light, who've come to this planet to open up the hearts of the human, to show them the truth and to take them from the darkness into the light, which sounds very familiar. And so as a collective, that's what you are. So who is Love Is One? I'm going to pass it on to you. So could you introduce yourselves as the humans that you are, and who is Love Is One? So I'm just going to pin you.
Sure.
There you go. Thank you.
So I'm Aurora, and this is Hope, and our journey with Love Has Won is basically that, just like a lot of other beings on the planet, we knew very early on that there was something going on, We were very much in tune, knew that there was something happening that was much greater than what anyone was talking about. There was something missing from the conversation, even within the spiritual conversations. And both of us are millennials. So, we did grow up with a lot of that spiritual stuff being thrown around. It was the New Age movement, but there was always something missing from it. And collectively, our entire group all followed the same path. We followed our hearts in looking for what was real. And when we found it, we knew that this was the mission. And the biggest part of Love Has Won is mom, is what we refer to her as mom, but she is the physical embodiment of Mother Earth. She has integrated the mother of all creation consciousness. That is who she is. She's been on a 14-year journey discovering that, having insane experiences and downloads, and in the physical, witnessing her, and everybody who's met her knows immediately who she is, because it's just an energy signature that you can't explain and you can't deny. And she's documented her entire journey and everything that she's done. So our mission really is to support her, because she's doing all the planetary energetic work, and then us as beings who are assisting with that energy comes through our vessels, and then we are the ones who then bring that into manifestation. That's our role. So our mission is just to wake people up to the fact that everything they've been told has pretty much been a lie. But the truth is here, and all it takes is really to just feel the heart, to feel that it makes so much sense. Why wouldn't we have a divine mother? And why are we leaving the feminine out?
You were just talking about divine mother. Your divine mother and father. You were just talking about that, and you mentioned mother. Can you just say that again? So whoever is running this is Divine Mother, is that right?
Yes, it's the Divine Mother. It pretty much took up until the last.
Sorry, okay, go.
We're used to it. No, I'm just kidding. But that she has had the same journey as us. That our awakening is the same as the Divine Mother. It's just that's the essence that is in her physical vessel. We're all royal angels. We're all very high up in the ranks in terms of galactic beings, because we are the strongest. We wouldn't have incarnated down here with Mother and Father God if we weren't going to be able to leave the ego programmed mind. And she was the first being to fully identify that the ego programmed mind is the disease on the planet. She did get that information originally from Wayne Dyer, who said the ego is edging God out. And then from there, yes, he's awesome. And she took a lot of that ego research and started to identify and break down the programmings. Certain programmings hold certain frequencies, and started to really build together the idea so everybody can identify what is the ego. And it is everything that keeps humanity in fear, pain, and suffering, in separation of source. So in order for humanity to wake up, somebody has to lead the way. Who is leading the ascension process? And a lot of beings who are in this community will bypass her because they want to feel like they are the ones doing this work, and we all are, but to forget and not honor our divine parents who are also with us in the physical, you're only going to get so far in terms of the information that you share with others, because this is the whole truth. We can't forget our divine mother and father through this piece, because they are the ones that created our souls, and they are the reason why we are down here, why we even exist. And it is a very large concept, and it is something that we are very much targeted for expressing that our divine parents are in physical vessels. But once you realize that you are an aspect of God yourself, why wouldn't God come down here and be a part of this? Why wouldn't Mother Earth be in a physical vessel and help show us the way? It makes sense.
Wow, sorry to stop you there. That sounds absolutely fascinating. So what you're saying is that Mother Earth and Father Sky are actually incarnated here on Earth as humans?
Right.
Wow.
Yes, correct. This is her behind us. This is her photo. We have it on our live stream every morning.
Right.
So that is the Divine Mother.
Right. And how did you actually meet them? How did you come across them? How did that happen?
So mom has been on mission her whole life, but she physically embarked on the real mission 14 years ago. So a lot of the information that's available right now in the light worker community and a lot of the things, you know, we all talk about are things that she posted articles about starting in 2006. From the beginning, she has been talking about everything that's happening right now. I mean, sometimes we'll read articles of hers that she wrote back in like 2008, and it's talking about the Nasara. It's talking about what would happen right now with disclosure, how the splitting of the worlds would occur. You know, she was sharing all of these things for a very long time, but people weren't at the same consciousness level. And a lot of the light worker community back then, they really wanted to do their own thing. If you look at them now, especially the more popular ones, they don't really work with other light workers. They tend to want it to be them and all about their information. And they've really kind of, yeah, exactly. They've cut out the unity aspect of it. So when we were searching for the truth, you know, all of us that are here have spent many lifetimes with mom. So we were, of course, going to be the ones who kind of found her first, and we were contracted to do so. But we basically searched high and low until we came across her videos and her website. And she's been putting out videos since 2006. The fact that she was embodying Mother God, that was who she was sharing all of this higher consciousness truth. I mean, for, you know, 14 years now, and only a few beings really had ever found her and made the leap to it. So once we did, it was like, you know, there was nothing really we could do. Our souls knew exactly what was going on. All of a sudden, like, everything came online, and we were like, this is exactly what we're here to do. This is the mission. And so 2 years ago is pretty much when most of the team gathered for mission, and that's when Father arrived as well. And he had been looking for the same thing, and his soul delivered him there.
So are you sort of like a commune then, where you all live together and meditate together and work on bringing the consciousness up and developing it?
Yes.
Okay, so how many of you are there? How many are in the community? Sounds amazing.
We don't all live in one single house, so we have a few different mission places, but we're all in the same town and space. But we're all working on different aspects of the mission. So total, we have like 18 people, 18 beings. They're directly, but they are serving in a pretty high role there wherever they're located in helping the mission. So, you know, here 18 or so, and then in total beings we have who are really supporting the work, I would say about 30, 35.
Wow. Sounds fantastic, because before all of this lockdown nonsense started, I was in the process of creating a commune here and bringing people together so we could have eternal hug, because community is something in this country and in England, unfortunately. Okay, so wow, it sounds absolutely fascinating. So I'm going to take you back a little bit more, because again, I'm absolutely fascinated with how people have these spiritual awakenings. I had a massive one, so I'm not going to tell you about, you know, you can read about me in a book called Simply Amazing, chapter 8, but this is about but my awakening was when I felt I had to feel the huge pain of being a 10-year-old child again, through a process I went through for nearly 2 years, and without medication. I don't believe in the stuff. And then once I felt all of that pain and never realized I had the guilt, it was wiped completely, and I got total inner peace. So again, I'm very interested in how what was before this? What did you do? What sort of jobs did you do? What sort of life did you have before you actually came to this point where you've awoken? Because it's interesting for a lot of people that are getting confused at the moment. Their heart chakra is opening, particularly men. And what to do? They don't know how to negotiate it. So how did you do that? Because that will help a lot of people now that are starting to wake up. So
I feel the definite most important thing for people to realize is that those that are on the spiritual path had the same experiences as those that are just jumping on. And for us, we lived what you would see as quote unquote normal lives like everybody else. My spiritual awakening happened as my birth father went through his spiritual awakening. I was around 16 at the time. And his my earth mom, my birth mother, was not happy, and that's what caused them to go through a divorce. And my dad was finding things, spiritual books, spiritual videos, whatever it was getting into higher consciousness, and helped me and my brothers do the same, would give us the books to read, would teach us about manifestation and positive thinking. All of these things that are pretty much the basics of what people will start out with is The Secret and Eckhart Tolle and those types of things. And through high school and into college, I was pretty much the normal teenage or high school college person, had friends, had fun. And then my senior year, I went to Hawaii for a student exchange program. And that's where I really started to connect to energy. I found a book. I forget who it's by, but it's called Soul Love. And it teaches to connect to the chakras and move energy, and starting to integrate more of that. And once I got home, the synchronistic numbers, the angel numbers, that connection really started to come through. And it just built from there through meditating. I took a theta healing course, and right before I found Love Has Won, someone said they had a vision of me being held by Mother Earth, and that they all shared, they were like, you're here to do big things, you're here to help people. And I always knew that. I always knew in my heart, just like many other people, that we're different. We're here to make a change. We know what's happening through the ascension process, and that something bigger was going on. So it was just constantly looking for something, what is out there. Somebody knows what's going on. And after reading David Wilcock's most recent book he released called Ascension Mysteries, and realizing how deep the government has lied to us, how the deep state, how deep it actually goes, it was like, okay, this is what's going on that lower 3D level. There has to be someone knows what's going on if we are ascending, if the planet is going up, who has those answers. And through research and meditation and getting into balance of myself, it obviously was time, when you get into the heart, connecting to Love Has Won and reading about Mother and what is going on, it was an instant knowing. It was an instant, no question about it. This is real. She knows what's going on. She has an awareness. And from there, within a couple months of finding the website, I was with the team at the time 2 years ago. So it happened quickly, and it's just as quick or as slow as you're willing to do it, to do the work, to keep yourself open, to realize that we have been lied to, we have been manipulated, and let all of that go. And how quickly can you anchor in that gift of divine knowing, of just hearing information and it resonating with your soul, because your soul remembers mother and father. The ego forgets, it doesn't want you to remember. So when you get enough in the heart and on your path, it just opens up for you, and you just start putting the connection and the pieces together one by one.
Thank you, Hope. You know, I just want to touch on something before I move on to Aurora and find out more about you. What you said there is so crucial, that you're getting light workers that think that they can just sit there and ignore and deny the 3D completely. This is not happening. Children are not sex slaves, organ harvesting, you know, all of this that the cabal is doing. And I think, hang on a second, we can't sit there in denial. My history is I'm Jewish, and of course, you know, I grew up in Israel, and I was brought up to understand the Holocaust, and every day I was told this can never happen again. And with my spirituality, it's really, really helped me to not deny. So you have to basically combine your awareness, your 3D awareness with you. You have to bring the solutions. And I believe collectively God never said lie down and play dead. So we have to feel what's going on, and then we have to set solutions. And they say if you take two women and put them together, you can heal anything. So it's really quite refreshing. You know, I have got friends that are doing what you're saying. We are moving into solutions all the time, particularly around 5G and, you know, energies that really ideally we don't want them. However, there are solutions, and so we're not sticking in the problem. So thank you for that. It's really and amazing to hear. And so I'm going to move on to Aurora now. So would you like to tell me a little bit more about your spiritual awakening, and you know, a bit similar to what Hope just told us? That would be cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the biggest issue with the awakening is that beings will start coming into higher consciousness. They know that things need to change, and they're aware on some level that something is going on. They may be aware of the deep nature of the corruption. They may not be. But either way, what holds them back is their attachments, their fear of taking the leap. And this is something that, you know, my journey is, we all had followed, you know, Mom did it first. So when she had her awakening and her consciousness came online, and she knew I need to go on physical mission and leave everything behind, she didn't hesitate. So she jumped right in. She lived a very comfortable life, similar to myself. I lived a very privileged life in 3D terms. And she gave it all up, all of it. She was like, I know that this is what I have to do. Also, because as we do these things, we transform the collective's programming with it. We help them. So Mom did it first. She took the leap. She left her family. She lived in a forest for 3 years with no money, not a dime, but she did free sessions every day, posted about this higher consciousness. I mean, she took on those programmings, and then we kind of followed later. And my journey was, like I said, I lived a very privileged life, and for most beings would not have been able to get out of it because it would be too comfortable for them. So I feel that was something that I personally had to take on, because anybody in my position would have never wanted to leave their life. I lived in Miami. I was a lawyer. I lived a very privileged life. However, since I was young, I was extremely strong-willed. My parents had no idea what to do with me. They were not good beings, good-hearted people, but not on the same consciousness level, and nowhere near.
That was another question I was going to ask, is how did families deal with it? But go on, you led into it.
They've, they struggle with it. They struggle with it. But what we have to understand is that the attachments are what's keeping people from being the change they wish to see. And this is something Mom always tells us. She's like, you have to physically be the change you wish to see. You can't talk about it. You have to be it, because that's the only way the energy gets pushed. And that's the only way you show people that it's possible. So when I was younger, I always knew something. I kept my famous phrase when I was a kid was like, this doesn't make sense. And that, why are things like this? And people would always tell me, well, this is the way things are. And I was like, no, there's no way that this is the way things are. And I just had the deep knowing that things were not correct. And as I got older, then I went through, I guess, what you would call a dark night of the soul, things like that, when I was in my mid-20s. And then I just started doing research like crazy. I read all the conspiracies, I figured out everything about the cabal and all of that. But then I was like, there's got to be something else, because if there's this much darkness, that means there's this much light. And it's just needs to be found. So I started doing a lot of research. I finally found the website. It actually took me a year and a half to I was reading the website, but I hadn't like connected to them and reached out and, had a session or anything like that. So when I finally did that, within a few months, I walked away from everything, my career, my family, my relationship, all of it, because I knew that that's what needed to be done. And yes, it takes a certain amount of strength and courage to do that many people may not have, but they have to be willing to take that leap if you want to lead, part of the ascension, you want to be a part of Mother and Father God's mission, you've got to be able to be strong. We can't have nobody weak is going to lead this ascension. So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to be hard, but that's what makes you great. And so what's holding people back is their fear. It's comfortability. It's not willing to be a pioneer, because that's what it takes. Anybody great who's ever done anything didn't do it because it was easy. They did it because it was grand.
I'm just saying, you're both amazing, absolutely amazing. I mean, everything you're saying, I totally resonate with. I've always been a bit different in my family. I grew up in Israel and I could never settle. I mean, I was born in Ireland, and from the time I got there at 7 years old, I knew it was wrong. And I had to go in the army, and my family never got me. I think my dad was probably the only one in the family that got me, and always very different. I never had my feet on the ground, literally. I could never hold down a job. I just wanted to do singing and creativity, and I didn't understand it. I felt like there's something wrong with me. And once I had my massive recovery with this mental health thing, and people would say to me, they talk to me about this condition, I say, no, you're just a unique being. You're a starseed. Just because you were brought up, as you said, the way we're brought up. I had this discussion yesterday with some tribal friends, and we're supposed to be in lockdown.
Whoops.
We're supposed to be in what? And we were talking about the fact about living forever. And I said to them, you've been told from the time you were born that you've got to get sick and you've got to die. And probably 90, 99, 100 is the limit. But what if you were brought up to believe that you live forever? Do you think? And they were saying, yeah, well, actually the mind is so powerful. As soon as you let go of all your attachments and understandings, that you think, as you say, everything we were taught was not true. Everything. Right. So to listen to you talking like this, it's like everything I've ever prayed for, from the time I realized that I needed to find my tribe. I was always asking, and now they're everywhere. Maybe not in my neighborhood.
Right. They're out there.
You're all out there. So coming back to where you are at the moment, I'd love to know if you could just, how is a day with you? So for example, what's the schedule? How does it work? Do you know?
We start out every morning going live at 6 Mountain Time to do about an hour and a half live stream, giving people updates on what is going on in terms of the ascension. And what that is about is everything that mom is going through in these moments, because the collective will feel whatever energy she is pushing out. She is the planet in a physical vessel. So if she's going through something, we like to let everybody know what it is so they can be prepared for those waves to be pushed out to the collective. Because when you're conscious and you can feel energy, you can feel what she is doing. Most people just don't know, that aren't connected to mom yet, that it's her pushing that energy. So we've told people on the live stream, we talked about the coronavirus before it hit the United States, because we were doing research about China. We warned everybody about the lockdown that inevitably going to hit us as well. We talked about why that was important for people's consciousness and their spiritual awakening. We talk about President Trump and how he's connected to the ascension. whatever energy work mom is doing to prepare people so that they can brace pretty much for impact. That if you feel an energetic, that it's not you, it's your transformation, it's collective, and give people daily updates, answer people's questions, and the rest of the day is pretty much doing people's sessions. We do sessions 24 hours a day, international and in the US as well, and we have a variety of sessions.
24 hours a day. When do you sleep?
Yes. What do you sleep?
When do you sleep?
Well, we do sleep some nights more than others. You know, it kind of goes with however the energies are. But I mean, now the energies are pretty stable where if we don't have sessions during the night, you know, we'll get 4 to 5 hours of sleep. But back in the day, in the beginning of this mission, sometimes we slept an hour a night, sometimes 2. So we were trained very much by mom because mom does not sleep. For the 2 years I've been with her, she does not sleep. And that's another reason how we knew she was not like us. This was source because she has so much energy because she's source energy. She never sleeps. She may rest for like an hour, like, you know, in meditation, but she doesn't sleep.
And we really technically don't sleep either. Mom will not use the term sleep. She'll call it stasis because those that are especially connected to energetics and are conscious, your soul will consciously go to the starships at night, similar to what happens to mother, and get healing work, get downloads, meetings, your higher self, whatever it is you do on the starships. Mom will call it stasis. You're going into a deep meditative state. The collective that is not awakened would go in terms of sleeping because they go unconscious when they sleep. They lose their consciousness and they're not fully present. Even though it is happening to them, they're not as conscious as those that are aware of energy. So mom doesn't even use that term anymore. She calls it stasis.
Yeah. Other than that, we have a ton of projects. We run 3 websites. So we're always posting articles, whether they're written by us or articles that we feel are higher consciousness to share. We have a radio station. We also a whole, our radio station is airtime.pro. Love has one. It's an online platform for radios.
Wow.
So we play our live stream on there. We also have some articles, higher consciousness articles being played on there, and also just a lot of higher consciousness music from different playlists that mom has put together over the years of songs that she feels and has put codes into. So they're all, you know, have nuggets in there, and we play that. We're trying to expand to get some more content on there. But we also do run an entire product line. We create all homemade products, everything from scratch, everything organic. We make homemade colloidals, colloidal silver.
Colloidal silver, yes.
Silver. We also make colloidal gold and platinum, which are also very essential for the rest of the body, but not a lot of people know about.
The gold is, I hear, very important to counteract any 5G waves. Gold is
good for the brain.
Very good for the brain.
Heals the brain. We all have brain damage. It's inevitable because of vaccines, chemtrails, fluoride, GMOs. So it helps heal the brain fully and completely, allows the neural pathways to heal, which is connected to the feeling centers, which is humanity's biggest issue, is that why they cannot feel the ascension is because their feeling centers are offline. If you're not in the heart, you can't understand and feel the energetics that are happening. And a lot of people have brain damage and chakra damage. So that stops them from being fully in the heart, on top of the ego program mind that keeps them in the unconscious loop of fear, pain, and suffering. So there's a lot of direct hits to the collective that mother has experienced herself. She has to do control damage very frequently because we are all connected. Every amount of work that mom is doing energetically, we feel it because we are all one with source. Whatever source does, we go through as well. For example, she just went through a whole reconstructuring of her lower 3 chakras. What that means is that now humanity's lower 3 chakras will be fully healed. They'll get out of survival mode. They'll get into rest and digest in the physical vessel, which means that they can have their feeling centers back online. All of the damage that humanity has gone through, Mother has as well, so that she can heal it and then heal the collective.
Wow. I mean, it's just so overwhelming. And as I say, I understand everything you're saying. And I mean, this is emergency. We are living in a time now where we are winning now. You can see
Yes.
it. Wild to be able to see it, but now it's starting to come through how much we're winning. And that lot, they don't have the common sense that human beings have. So, you know, everything they do, they shoot themselves in the foot anyway.
Yes.
We win through them doing it. And more people wake up. But I have a question to you, which it's a very honest question. And I don't know if you've been asked it before, but I expect that your families, friends, those that are not yet in this vibration, and even ordinary people, when they see something like yourself, when they see a community like yourself that is doing everything that you're doing, the first thing that comes to their mind is, oh my God, this is a cult. I better be
That's our favorite.
That's the infamous line.
How do you deal with that? How do you, particularly, you know, how do you use that to your advantage to bring more support and to open more hearts? Because, as I say, the first thing I think of, you know, is, Charles Manson and all these things. Mm-hmm. People are just, you know, being controlled by something. And as we know,
so
that's how it is love.
We try to flip it on them.
You can see the difference.
To help them understand the difference between unity and a cult, because a cult is people who have never thought for themselves. They've never done research. And the unity aspect is something very strange to humanity. I mean, if we look around, people like to live by themselves, or there's a family of two living in a 4-bedroom house so that they don't have to interact too much with each other. It's a very strange dynamic. You know, you grow up and everybody has separate bedrooms, and it's a lot of separateness. So when you see beings who are not, I think in other countries and other cultures, they would not be as judgmental as this culture that we're in because of the separation. You know, like Asian cultures, Latin cultures, they're very much used to large communities.
Yes.
Africa,
well, but the UK,
it's a very white privilege thing.
Big injection.
They don't get it.
They don't get it.
No.
And we try to flip it back to them and make them realize that they've been living in separation, and humanity is actually the cult. That's why it's called culture. It's a cult of belief systems that have been passed down from generation to generation, creating automatic behaviors. Nobody is thinking for themselves. Nobody's doing anything different. Everybody's following the rest. That's a cult. That's culture. And so we just flip it on them so that they can see themselves in the fact that they are just doing what they've been programmed to do. We are living outside the box. So you can't compare apples to oranges. And many people don't get it, and that's okay. We're okay with the people that don't get it, the people that attack us. It's okay. We don't really care. Because in the end, the truth always comes out, and those are the beings that are going to need the most help. And so we hold compassion for them, but we really don't pay much attention to it because we don't have time. It's just not about them, you know?
Yeah, and their belief systems, it's what they think is correct. And it's the same thing with what you've probably heard of people that have research cults, and what they do to members when they leave that cult is they make their lives a living hell. We have people that are connected to us that have left the Mormon community, that have left the Jehovah Witnesses, and they make your life a living nightmare. You're pretty much shunned if you choose to leave that religion, but it is more of a cult-like aspect. And that's what humanity does to those that are serving the light, like you and I and everybody here that are trying to start these communities up. And that's why the cabal knew this was coming. And this is something Mother has shared with us, is that how they attack people that leave society, leave their culture, you're attacked similar to those that have left cults on a 3D scale. And that cults were set up by the cabal to put that thought into humanity's head, of that they see people from all over gathering, having different ideas outside of the box. And they did that on purpose. That is things like Scientology that have those interesting information, that cosmic information, but it is cabal based. That they did this on purpose and created these things so that when those of the light started to gather, humanity would panic, seeing it as a cult. So they instilled all of these things in us, and yet humanity doesn't even realize it. The Charles Manson thing, that he was in the cabal doing things for the cabal in terms of child trafficking that people don't know about, he was in the cabal. So they set these people up so that when those of the light gather, that they will start to question and go after them and say that they are a cult, rather than seeing the higher perspective. So everything that has been done to target the light, you can see it clear as day. Everything that they have said, what have they put out there in society to question, if you step outside the box, you're this, you're that. And they've tried to flip it and make it as hard as possible for these gatherings to happen, for those of the light communities to happen, whether you live in the same home, whether you live in a community area, it doesn't matter. They make it seem like the lower, and that was their goal, so that people wouldn't join this of the light.
I think what's amazing as well is that you're beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's wonderful, because you're going to be bringing on the generation that you need to bring on, the new generations, the younger people. Okay, I wanted to just very quickly talk to you about technology, which is an interesting thing. And my channeling, I channel with Lumiere, which is light. And some of the channeling I've had has been absolutely mind-blowing, very, very positive, around technology, and how no point fearing it. We have to use it for our advantage. So the beings I'm channeling with are saying there's actually positive 5G. Have you heard about this? Where there are positive waves, and through meditation, you can actually ascertain which is good, which is okay, and which isn't. So have you come across this at all?
No, I haven't heard so much about that. With the technology, we pretty much, people that are in fear of the 5G and all that, we always tell them, like, listen, once you reach a certain state of consciousness, lower frequency waves are not even a match to you. So they can't in any way, only if you believe that they can, which is the unconsciousness. So I haven't so much heard about changing them or having a positive way, but for us, we just don't even think about it, because we know that those things don't affect us at this level. And also, but I totally agree about using technology for the higher. I mean, we have what we have, we have the technology that's there, and we have to be able to use it. Until we get, 5D technology, which will be light years ahead of what we have, but we've got to work within the consciousness that we have now. And what's crazy about the internet is that Mom had an entire experience in 2007 or to the end of 2006, where she physically saw herself building the web of light. And that was the year that Facebook was birthed and a lot of these other social media started. And that's how she made a lot of waves in the collective. And the internet itself is like a circuit system, and it's a physical representation of the collective consciousness, because as soon as you put something out on the internet, theoretically it's available for every single being on the planet who connects to the internet to find. That's collective
Falun Dafa, also known as Falun Gong, is an advanced self-cultivation practice that improves mental and physical wellness through physical exercises and the development of one's character. In China, cultivation practices have a history of thousands of years and form the spiritual foundation of Chinese civilization. In 1992, Falun Dafa was introduced to the public by Master Li Hongzhi. The practice quickly spread because of its profound principles and proven health benefits. By 1999, with over 100 million practitioners, Falun Dafa had grown to become the largest practice of its kind in China and around the world. Traditional Chinese medicine focuses on energy channels and believes that the health of the body is related to the health of the mind. Falun Dafa cultivates mind and body simultaneously, improving the body's natural immunity.
I had a very, very bad immune system. I was sick all the time. And I came to the practice for spiritual reasons, but I immediately stopped getting sick. I kept thinking, why am I not getting sick? I kept saying, what's wrong? As a matter of fact, I go to parties now, and they used to say, oh, give the sick babies to Jeannie. She never gets sick.
I feel an energy in my body that's very subtle and hard to describe, but it feels very good. I could have very little sleep and I'll feel awakened, but not like a coffee energetic, like a very calm and collected energy. And that 1 hour can feel like a day, and then I'm refreshed and ready to go.
So before I practiced Falun Gong, when I got scolded by my boss or supervisor, I was very annoyed, and immediately I would complain about others, or felt it wasn't fair. But after I started practicing, the biggest lesson I learned was looking inside and always find something to improve within myself.
If I didn't like something that another person did, I would think about, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that that person does that. And I realized that it was having a direct effect on my health by having that bad thought about that person. And as soon as I realized that, I changed my thinking so that I wouldn't think about what things I didn't like or liked about other people, and more just how I should be responsible to being a good person and controlling my thinking and quieting my thinking. And then the headaches went away.
The first time I heard about Falun Dafa was actually when I was 12 years old. At the time, I was going through a rebellious stage. I barely talked to my parents. I come home, slam the door. Meditation taught me to look within. I started talking to my parents more. I started respecting them more. So my mother was very happy because, it's like she got her son back.
In 1983, I was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy, which is incurable in Western and Eastern medicine. In February 1998, a friend from China wrote me a letter. She told me that Falun Dafa is a true practice that can improve people's morals as well as physical health. So I began to practice Falun Gong. In 3 months, I totally recovered.
At the core of Falun Dafa are the values of truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. Falun Dafa teaches that these are the supreme qualities of the universe and takes them to be a guide for daily life and practice.
Well, when I was little, I would stare at night, just sit on my bed and look at the stars and think, why were you here in the first place? Why do you even exist? And most of all, where do you come from? First time I read John Falun, the book on Falun Dafa, I felt a lot of those questions were just immediately answered.
I think the best benefit is the peace of mind. I have incredibly peace of mind. My family certainly has benefited. My husband said to me within a month I was much easier to live with.
Applying truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance to my daily life is the greatest challenge of my life, actually. You would think it's so simple, but therein lies the challenge. But everybody else around you feels it, because you become lighter, you smile a lot more, and you become much more genuine.
It was like I was always searching for something, and it's so easy to think that what we're searching for is outside, whether it's money or clothes or beauty or whatever. And Falun Dafa just provided me with an inner peace that I just feel like whatever happens around me, I'm fine. Like I have these values and principles that I can follow. It's just like a sense of, not security, but inner security and sense of calm and peace, which I didn't have before.
Exercise 1. Conjoin the hands. Maitreya stretching his back. Stretch. Tathagata pouring energy into the top of his head. Press the hands together. Turn the hands as if holding a ball, hands pointing to heaven and earth. Stretch. Press the hands together. Turn the hands as if holding a ball, hands pointing to heaven and earth. Stretch. Relax. Press the hands together. Golden monkey splitting his body. Stretch. Relax. Press the hands together. Two dragons diving into the sea. Stretch. Relax. Press the hands together. Bodhisattva touch lotus. Stretch. Relax. Press the hands together. Arhat carrying a mountain on his back. Stretch. Relax. Press the hands together. Vajra toppling a mountain. Stretch. Relax. Press the hands together. Overlap the hands in front of the lower abdomen. Conjoin the hands. Exercise 2. Conjoin the hands. Holding the wheel in front of the head. Holding the wheel in front of the lower abdomen. Holding the wheel above the head. Holding the wheel on both sides of the head. Overlap the hands in front of the lower abdomen. Conjoin the hands. Exercise 3. Conjoin the hands. Males will move the left hand upwards. Females will first move the right hand upwards. The hands together. Up, down. Up, down. Up, up, down. Up, down. Down. Up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Raise the other hand up, down, 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 down, up, rotate the Fa Lun at the lower abdomen 4 times. Conjoin the hands. Exercise 4. Conjoin the hands. Press the hands together. Move downward, following the energy mechanism. The second time, move downward, following the energy mechanism. The third time, move downward, following the energy mechanism. The fourth time, move downward, following the energy mechanism. The fifth time, move downward, following the energy mechanism. The sixth time, move downward, following the energy mechanism. The seventh time, move downward, following the energy mechanism. The eighth time, move downward, following the energy mechanism. The 9th time, move downward, following the energy mechanism. Overlap the hands in front of the lower abdomen. Conjoin the hands. Exercise 5. Now let's start the practice. Conjoin the hands. Begin the tranquil meditation.
imagine to have snow caps. It must be fairly cold.
Close my eyes and a vision will appear. Wish that you
Good evening. Day one of our trip to Edinburgh. Today is the 16th of August.
It's cool, isn't it? You can sort of...
Lovely.
you down deep inside in the
Welcome to the Tarot Show.
night. Up and down the feelings go, I know it is right.
Guys, welcome to the awakening.
You'll always be there.
Hello there. Welcome back to Life Coaching with Lauren, and achieving your dream life, as we explained before, is what's important.
It's disgusting. Look at me. I have to live in this stupid shower cap all the time, just in case I'm called to moving on TV. So the minute I get in my bath. Now, for God's sake, Janie, I'm not having it. I'm not having the accent problem, because then I have to start like Piaf again, and oh my God, it goes very quickly into French. Oh, I don't know what's happening to me, Janie. I'm merging all these characters. Hello there, this is Henry Miller. You're right today, Janie. Right, I come from the southern. Oh, it's like Jenny. I don't know. Where am I? Baba Berta, come back. Hello. Oh, right. I'm back. Right. I have these buttons I press, right? Yes, Edward. I can hear you thinking.
RS.
What, the Public Rubbish Society?
The Performing Rights Society.
What are you talking about? Oh, get on with it. Tell me what you're talking about.
Let me read you the important email, Madame PF. It says, Madame PF, you owe the PRS €1 million for performing your own songs, which you have not asked for.
Hey guys, welcome to Moving On TV. And this is about the time where I work. 3 a.m. in the morning. And today is Holistic Monday, which is a really good... Hey guys, welcome to Moving On TV. Oh, and this is about the time where I work. 3 a.m. in the morning. And today is Holistic... Today is Holistic Monday. And so we've got loads of meditations and advice and body spirit stuff, loads of stuff coming on the whole of tomorrow. Well, it depends. I've got to go to bed. I've been in bed a lot. I literally went to bed. That's why there was no I've Got Live. Sunday I was sleeping. I've just had to sleep and sleep and sleep. So tired lately, catching up on my sleep. Anyway, I got all excited today and I realized what was missing. What's been missing in my life. Now, I can't say everything I want to say because this is streaming to YouTube and Facebook, but I will say a little bit about what I really want to say without being cut off. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored giving you the same interviews. I'm bored doing the interviews only about the mind, body, spirit and entertainment and comedy. I want to give you the real stuff, and of course I can't on YouTube anymore or Facebook because I'll get cut off. So guess what? Quickly write this down, but it doesn't matter. Go on BitChute and go on brand new Tube, and you will find all the interviews, the real interviews, the interviews about what's really going on. I'm going to get them all back on again. The interview that got deleted off YouTube, everything that got deleted will now be on BitChute, Moving On TV, okay? Moving On TV, all one word, BitChute, brand new Tube, Moving On TV. All the interviews are going on as we speak. I'm so excited, as well as my new statement as the CEO of Moving On TV. So the truth, okay? So on YouTube, you're going to get Moving On MOTV Jukebox. You're going to get the holistic show. You're going to get entertainment. You're going to get comedy. There will be a special Baba Bertha special that will go on BitChute and will go on brand new Tube. And it will be obviously for those that are where we go and where we go all, because you can understand it. And because it's too controversial that way to put anywhere on YouTube or Facebook, okay? Because I got wiped off again, Francis Hope Glory, and I had to go back on with a different name. So I'm on there now with my real name, Lauren Francis Ottiwill, because that's the only way they would let me back on. So I'm back on Facebook. You're all on there. If not, please join me, Lauren Francis Ottiwill. Okay, I'll put it on here. It's the only way they would accept me. It's all very strange now. You cannot have an account. Lauren Francis Ottiwill. Okay, please go on there and please sign up and please friend me so you can know what's going on. So on YouTube, I'm Moving On TV community. Okay, on BitChute, it's Moving On TV. On what else are we on now? MeWe, Moving On TV 1, okay? If you can't get us, please get to me and I'll give you the link. We're on Parlay, Moving On TV, but I don't think Parlay is on anymore. I think it's been wiped. I know Red Air Voight has been wiped completely, so it's gone now. Let me see if Parlay is still there. So basically, again, you see I have this huge, no, it's still there. This huge issue where I got cut off. And I'll just be a second. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just making something to eat. Is that I'm back and unmuted, as Kara would say. Right, okay. So that's on Facebook, okay? That's Facebook. So if you want to contact me, it's Lauren Francis Otiwell, because I could not be anything else. They wouldn't let me. I had to send them my passport details. That's how it is now. But you can join on there. That's my real name, Lauren Francis Otiwell. So if you want on Facebook to join me on Lauren Francis Otiwell, what used to be Hub Glory Productions, I had to change it. And I've got a few aliases that I'm not giving away, obviously. I've got a few aliases. So I've got a few accounts on Facebook, which I can't tell you, because as you know, I'm working with that lot. So, but now I'm really back to work and I'm excited about it, okay? So if you want to go on BitChute, I'm on BitChute and it's just moving on TV. Okay, so BitChute moving on TV. Brand new tube is very exciting. And that's again moving on TV, but there will be the real streaming, the real people and the real stuff, and brand new tube moving on TV. Okay, I haven't figured it out how to do it yet, but I know you can stream, and I can stream from here to brand new tube, obviously, because it's going to YouTube and Facebook. Okay, so the real interviews, guys, I am excited because I'm going to get the people you really want to see. I'm going to get the truth channels, people that I'm going to get Charlie back. Well, I've got Charlie, so you just need to watch, but I'm going to try and get a newer interview with Charlie, both of them. I'm going to get Jason Shurka. We've already contacted some new doctors. But if you want to watch the real interviews on there, anything that's been deleted off YouTube or can't go on there, something that I put on for the 19th of last year, the month of the 12th month, and it got wiped off straight away, and I got a strike, will now be on BitChute and brand new tube. So I can't say anymore. As I say, there'll be a special edition of Baba Bertha. Now that's going to be exciting. Baba Bertha. A controversial, where we go on, we go all, Baba Bertha on brand new tube and BitChute, okay? So please watch it. It's going to be very funny, and it's going to tackle everything from the point of view of a woman who's 111 years old trying to live in this day and age. Okay, if any of you are awake, I have a challenge for all of you. Healthy narcissism, okay? Healthy narcissism. I really want you to go for this. Please send me your videos of how much you love yourself, how much you are proud of yourselves, your work, your inner and outer beauty. Okay? Like I did here, I'm going to show you, like I did on Be the Star You Are. Okay? What are you proud of? What are you grateful for? When you see me getting out of the wheelchair into crutches in this song, can you, your achievements, okay? I want healthy narcissism, videos of how much you love yourself, how much you're proud of yourself, your work, your inner and outer beauty, okay? And of course, this can all go on YouTube because it's very innocent. It's innocent. I'm going to play you what I mean. This is so narcissistic, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, be the star you are. This is what I want from you. Okay? I'm actually going to adapt the video. I'm going to adapt the video and put on there. You send me yours as we're speaking. Oh, what's it makes me cry.
A flower in blue. She
the room with colors. Her colors are strong. The love inside goes on and on. A flower so bright, with just one smile, dark turns to light. Her heart opens like a rose, and deep inside, her love it shows. This is your day now, your day to shine. Take back the gifts you have and make the world your shrine. Make it the best you can. Make it about you. This is your day now, baby. Go out there, make your dreams come true. Flower who got through the storm, she weathers every cloud that comes along. She's strong now, with beauty and grace. Look at her face. It's time now to go out and inspire the human race. This is your day now, your day to be free. Go out and claim your life. This is your time to be. Go out and make your dreams. Set the world on fire. Hold your treasures to your heart. Smile, my baby. Smile, my baby. Smile. Ooh, baby. Go out and make it all about you. Ooh, baby. This is a song I've written for you. It's coming from my heart. This is your day. Be the star you are. Be the star you are. Woo! This is your day now, your day to be free. Go out and claim your life. This is the time to be. Go out and make your dreams. Set the world on fire. Hold your treasures to your heart. Smile, my baby. Smile. This is your day. Be the star you are. Be the star you are. Be the star you are.
Thank you.
I dare you guys. I dare you make a video like that of yourself and be proud. I dare you. Okay? I'm asking you to send me your videos to Moving On TV. There we go. And I will put them on. Okay? So you can celebrate how amazing you are. You can celebrate how talented and how amazing you are. Okay? I want to see. So there you go. I'm not going to keep this a very long video, live stream, because I want this to go on and on and on. I want to cut it as a matter